Okay, number 19 is once again a solve for x and y question. Now, the first thing I'm noticing is, no matter what way I do this, I'm going to end up with a fraction. The reason why I know I'm going to end up with a fraction is there's a 2 in front of the x and a 3 in front of the y. So it doesn't matter which one I pick. I'm just going to pick x. There is no reason. It's going to do it that way. Minus 4 minus 3y. X therefore equals minus 4 minus 3y all over 2. That's the first step. Second step is to multiply this out. We're going to get 2x squared. We're going to get minus xy. We're going to get plus 6xy. We're going to get minus 3y squared. And we're going to bring over the 4. And it becomes minus 4 equals 0. We're going to tidy this up quickly. We're going to get 2x squared plus 5xy minus 3y squared minus 4 equals 0. Now I'm at the stage where I can start subbing in. Now, to do this, anywhere I see x, it's going to be 2 times minus 4 minus 3y all over 2 squared plus 5 times minus 4 minus 3y over 2 times y minus 3y squared minus 4 equals 0. I'm at the stage where I have to do this. Now, it might be worth your while. It's going to be 2 brackets. On the bottom has to be the number 4. Why does the number 4 have to be on the bottom? 2 squared is 4. Remember, when you square a fraction, you square the top and you square the bottom. The answer to this one here would have been 9 over 4. Have to apply the same logic here. So the same logic would be that we're going to have minus 4 minus 3y squared on top. That means it's minus 4 minus 3y by minus 4 minus 3y. Now, I'm going to do this the way I always do it. Multiply minus 4 by minus 4, 16. Multiply minus 4 by minus 3, plus 12y. Double that answer, it's plus 24y in the middle. Then minus 3y by minus 3y, plus 9y squared. That is that part done now. Okay? Now we're left with this part here. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring the y into this slot here, just to make it easier on myself. Okay? So what I'm going to get this time around is, I'm going to get 5y multiplied by minus 4. What's 5y by minus 4? Minus 20y. And 5y times minus 3y? 15y squared all over 2. And then I'm going to have minus 3y squared. So minus 3y squared. Now, minus 3y squared minus 4 equals 0. I have a problem. The problem is currently speaking, it's the fractions. Now, if I multiply a number by 2 and divide by 4, what's that the same thing as doing? Just halving it or dividing by 2. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the 2 on the outside. And I'm going to put 2 here. Now the fraction, the lowest common denominator is now 2, right? Yeah? So what should I do with the 3y squared? Change it to 6y squared over 2. And what should I change the 4 into? Minus 8 over 2. Okay? Because it's still minus 4. So I'm just changing it that it's still minus 4, but it has a fraction over 2.
Okay.
So now all the 2's will cancel.
Yeah, no, sorry, Alex. In my answer, I just had it even.
That's alright. So I'm cancelling. It's the same thing as bringing it over, and yeah. Now, what's going to happen here is we're going to write them all out again. Let's underline the y squared. 9y squared and minus 15y squared. What does that leave us with?
Minus 6y squared.
6y squared. We're going to go for the x's now. Oh, sorry. Minus 6y squared again, which is minus 12y squared. Okay. Shh. Minus 12y squared. Now, the next one is, excuse me, 24y minus 20y is what? Plus 4y. Shane? Okay, plus 4y. Now, the next one is 16 minus 8? Plus 8 equals 0. Now, what I'm going to do all in one swoop is I'm going to multiply everything by minus, and then I'm going to divide everything by 4. Okay? So it's the same thing as dividing by minus 4. So I'm going to get is 3y squared minus 1y minus 2 equals 0. Reference number of minus 6 breaks up into minus 3 plus 2. 5 multiplied by 1 is not 6. Okay? It has to multiply to 6 as well. So 3y squared minus 3y plus 2y minus 2 equals 0. Take out 3y. 3y into y minus 1 plus 2 to y minus 1 equals 0. We're going to end up with 3y plus 2. Y minus 1 equals 0. And then what we're going to get is y equals minus 2 over 3. And y equals 1. At this point I have to remember what x is. X is minus 4 minus 3y over 2. And now, and only now, have to sub it in. What we're going to get is x equals minus 4 minus 3 times minus 2 over 3 divided by 2. I could put all that into the calculator. What would I get? I'm going to get minus 4 plus 2, which is minus 2. Minus 2 over 2 is minus 1. The next one is when y equals 1, it's going to be minus 4 minus 3 times 1 all over 2. And this time x is going to be equal to minus 7 over 2. Therefore the 2 points are minus 1 minus 2 over 3 is the first set of answers. The second set of answers is going to be minus 7 over 2 and 1. Now, the first one is the path of Voyager 2 as leaves our solar system is described by a linear equation. It's described by the linear equation 5x plus y plus 10 equals 0. I'm basically going to get y on its own just right away because I know that's what we've been doing in this full chapter. So y equals minus 5x minus 10. Now read the rest of the question. A new comet, ELEI, is discovered. The comet's path relative to Voyager 2 is given by the curve. So this is the blue curve here, and its equation is 8x equals y squared plus 2y plus 1. Now, will Voyager 2 cross the path of the comet? Justify your answer. What can happen is, it can cross it twice, we get 2 answers. It can cross it once, we get 1 answer, and if it doesn't cross at all, we won't be able to do it. Let's see what happens, okay? We're going to get 8x equals y squared, which is minus 5x minus 10 squared, plus 2 times minus 5x minus 10, plus 1. Bring the 8x over to your side. We're going to get 0 equals minus 8x. Square this one out. You're going to get 25x squared. Minus 5x by minus 10 is 50x. 50x by 2 is going to be 100x. Minus 10 by minus 10 is plus 100. This here is another minus 10x. A minus 20 and a plus 1. Now let's see what happens. We're going to get 0 equals 25x squared. We have 100x minus 10x and 8x. That is going to be plus 82x. We're going to have 100 minus 20, which is 80. 80 plus 1 is 81. Now looking at this, I'd have no clue of any factors that would work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the minus b formula to solve the answer. Now, all over 2a. If I can solve this, there's an answer. If I can't solve this, there's not an answer. Let's see what happens. A equals 25, B equals 82, C equals 81. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get is minus B, minus 82. What we're going to do next is, it's minus 82 plus or minus the square root of B squared. B squared is going to be 82 squared minus 4 times 25 times 81 for AC, all over 2A. Now, what I want you to do here is, this is the B squared minus 4AC part, just this part on its own. I want you to tell me what B squared minus 4AC is. What number is it? Use your calculator for this.
It's 181.
82 squared minus 100 times 81. It's minus 1376. Because it's a negative number, I cannot solve it. It's not going to work. This means that the Voyager does not cross with the asteroid. That's what happens. Because B squared minus 4AC is less than 0, because it's a negative number, this will not cross with the asteroid. There is no points of intersection. I justified my answer. Now, what we're given here is the following. During match, Pat kicks a football onto the roof of the stand. Alright? The stand and the pad of the ball are at right angles to each other, okay? So this basically means that they're basically at right angles to each other, right? The pad of the ball is given by y equals 2.5x minus x squared over 15, okay? That is the equation of the ball. The roof of the stand is given by x over 2 plus 14 over x. This is your quadratic, this is your linear. The linear is a line, okay? And what the line means is the line just continues down this way. Alright? Now, you can see that it has 2 points of intersection, technically speaking, doesn't it? But why isn't the first point of intersection not relevant? It doesn't exist there. So basically, you're trying to find out the intersection of the line with the curve. Okay. So the curve, the equation of the curve is, I'm going to change what's 2.5 in fractions.
5 over 2.
So I'm going to change the 5 over 2x minus x squared over 15. I'm going to multiply both sides, so I don't want any fractions basically. So I'm going to use 30 on both sides, okay? So this is going to change into 30y over 30. This is going to change into multiply top and bottom by 15 equals 75x over 30 equals, minus 2x squared over 30. Cancel the 30s, bring over the 2x squared and the 75x, I'm going to get 2x squared minus 75x plus 30y equals 0. That's my quadratic equation built and ready to go. Now I got to look at the linear equation. The linear equation, which is y equals x over 2 plus 48 over 5. It's already ready to use. All I gotta do is replace the y with, replace y with that. But I might as well, while I'm here, I might as well just find out what 30y is, because I'm going to replace it in 30y. 30y is going to be, it's going to be 30x over 2, and it's going to be, what's 48 times 30? It's going to be 1440 over 5. I'm going to figure out what the two of them are. So it's going to be 15x and 1440 divided by 5, 288. So my equation now becomes the following. It becomes 2x squared minus 75x. This whole thing, the 30y, is 15x plus 288 equals 0. Got to add them together. Going to get 2x squared minus 60x plus 288. I need to divide by 2. I'm going to get x squared minus 30x plus 144. Now I'm thinking of 144. Now I need two numbers that multiply together to give me 144. 12 and 12 won't work because when you add them together they give you minus 24. So just think something slightly bigger than 12.
24 and 6.
24 and 6 seems to be the winner there. So it's going to be minus 24 and minus 6. Now we're going to get x minus 24, x minus 6 equals 0. Now what's going to happen is x is going to be equal to 6 and x is going to be equal to 24. I need to reread the question and figure out which answer is actually relevant to me. Now look back up at the top, okay, and it goes, this arc, okay, occurs when, this is your x equals 6 value here, alright, but it says the roof of the stand is given by this formula when x has to be bigger than 18, do you understand? So the formula for the roof of the stand, which is the straight line formula, only works from here to here. Only works when x is 18 all the way to 40. This means that the only answer that's relevant is the answer that's between 18 and 40, which is 24. So when x is 24, we have to figure out the height when x is 24. The height is given by the y value. We need to find out the y value. Okay? So the y value is going to be, what did we say y is earlier? Y is x over 2. What's it, plus 48 over 5, is it? 48 over 5. So what this is going to be is, it's going to be y equals 12 plus 48 over 5. And what's that? 21.6. It hits the roof 21.6 meters up, okay, or 21.6 units up. Alright, if there was no stand, how far from Pat would the ball hit the ground for the first time? Right? So imagine we got rid of the stand completely, okay, and this is gone. What happens? Basically, it's an x-axis intercept. It just continues down and hits the ground. So basically my quadratic formula equals 0 because you wanted to have no height, don't you? And when it has no height, y equals 0. So we solve this equal to 0. So we're going to get 0. 0 equals, what's a 2.5x? And what's the other part of that equation?
X squared minus x squared over 15.
Squared over 15. Multiply both sides by 15. We're going to get 0. What's 15 times 2.5? 37.5. So it's going to be 37.5 minus x squared. Okay? Sorry, x. Gotcha. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this around and we're going to factorize. Take out x. So the answer is x equals 0. Stay where you are. X equals 0 or x equals 37.5. Alright guys, sorry about that.